We are discussing the trapped shorts in today's video. This video explains why Wall Street needs to be saved, including the gamma squeeze. We're looking at this first. Now that they are all stuck, they're using millions of AMC shares to hedge their short positions. The epitome of victory for apes. This meme, in my opinion, fits it quite nicely. When you shorted AMC in order to make quick money, but were stuck there for 5 years and couldn't get out without suffering huge losses. Additionally, a list of all the companies participating is shown. Well, either directly or indirectly. Naturally, all the companies that were shorting AMC but later filed for bankruptcy or were insolvent should also be named, in my opinion. We've also witnessed a lot of that. Take Swiss, for instance. The reason we're discussing this now is because it was specifically discussed in our earlier video. We discussed how short anticipated that all of the apes would sell, but they didn't since they realized that they couldn't compel retail to sell while they could stop buying at the bottom to control the price. They are trapped with billions of synthetics they have produced since they are unable to actually get retail to sell. And since we can see that the SEC is taking a step further by saving Wall Street during a government shutdown, I believe it reveals a lot about how the regulations and institutions feel about it. Up until November 2026, there will be exemptions for minimum price increases and the transparency of orders with lower prices. There will be plenty of time this year. We have observed how businesses have been requesting exemptions, or more specifically, how regulations have been permitting the postponement of some norms that ought to be put into effect. We've saw this with margin restrictions, with shorts reporting, and now with this. All of this ultimately comes down to the fact that the market is now in a poor position. And the reason we know this is that if the companies can satisfy the margin requirements, there wouldn't be a need to amend in the first place. And more significantly, there wouldn't be a need to postpone it. The reporting of shorts is the same. It wouldn't need to be discussed at all if there wasn't excessive short selling and naked short selling that manipulates the price of specific equities. More significantly, it wouldn't need to be postponed once the regulations are in place. All of this simply demonstrates how the companies who have been manipulating and the organizations that have been depressing all of these stocks through naked short selling have also discovered that the positions are not performing properly. As it turned out, they require assistance from the regulations. And for that reason, the SEC is permitting all of these things to occur. The fact that regulations have been supporting these institutions rather than retailers has been one of the main reasons why AMC is not experiencing a squeeze. We also discussed the possibility that this lawsuit will enable us to take action that will significantly alter this market. We discussed how Junior's Group is clearly filing the naked short-selling lawsuit, which will be released in 3 days. We also discussed how this could potentially pave the way for all institutions that are dealing with naked short selling, market manipulation, and suppression. You know, this is something we've discussed that could be very important for us. For those of you who haven't seen our previous video from yesterday, we explained why some institutions are in a panic and why we might be able to see why executives are leaving certain institutions. As a result, you're able to observe its effects. The fact that these brokers are currently blocking the buy button for Genius Group is another way we can understand the impact it's having and why this might be good news. As you can see, Fidelity and Robinhood disabled the Genius Group buy button prior to the company's lawsuit. Now, the reason this intrigues me is that Junior's gang is suing and retaliating against the naked short selling. Additionally, we discuss how these nude shorts might be targeted if this lawsuit went in Genius Group's favor. They would have to hide their nude shorts. Therefore, the buy button is abruptly turning off during certain times. Therefore, it seems to me that there's a chance that this lawsuit will ultimately go in Genius Group's favor, and we will be looking at how all of these naked short sellers will be attacked, as well as possibly some regulations that will be enforced. The tactics and attitudes of South Korea regarding naked short selling are among the most prominent instances that we have consistently provided. Furthermore, we have always stated that the United States would benefit greatly from adopting South Korea's naked short-selling restrictions. This might be a significant step since, as we've seen, the market has seen tremendous bullishness since South Korea took action against naked shorting. Therefore, what we might be considering is also the same for us. Another aspect of AMC is comprehending the reasons for the company's significant undervaluation. This is the reason all of these institutions have been building up. Some believe that because the number of shares is double, the price will cut in half. They disregard the fourth quarter, and highly positive EPS is anticipated in 2026. The shares will be utilized for debt repayment and negotiation. While the market capitalization is absurdly low, the market share is growing. Therefore, we must acknowledge that there is a significant distinction between authorization and issuance, which is being clarified once more. The permission is thereby doubling the number of shares. However, since outstanding shares are shares that have not yet been issued, this does not imply that they are doubled. Thus, there is a significant difference. Second, it's about discussing how precisely the market capitalization is so low. We are a business that is demonstrating excellent fundamentals and significant advancements in a sector that is expanding and is now thought to be recession-proof. With all of this, you can only imagine how wonderfully AMC will perform and why it is so undervalued. Regarding the earnings, you can see that AMC's expected cash flow positivity was challenged for being wildly inflated. I've included 2 official attachments from AMC management's Q3 earnings communication, in which they stated that AMC anticipates being free cash flow positive for the next 9 months, and that AMC's financial results should increase even more quickly when industry revenue rises, which we think will happen in 2025 and again throughout 2026. You can see why we stated that AMC will be in a very good position. We've already mentioned that a lot of institutions and capital are looking at the movie industry as a whole, and when you look into this industry, you obviously want to find the ones that are going to give you the best return or the ones that are snorts undervalued with great potential. In this case, AMC is number 1 for that, which is why we've stated that we are still in a very, very good position. Everyone discusses AMC's debt, but take a look around. AMC $3.45 billion, net of stock price $245, FA Industry debt 2025. We are examining Cinemark 1.87, which has a stock price of $2,969, IMAX $257 million, which has a stock price of $34.84, and Paramount's $14 billion, which has a stock price of $15.1. Every significant chain of theaters has debt. The difference seeks to turn some into equity and refinance longer maturities. Why, therefore, is the best balance sheet trading at the lowest price? Therefore, to reiterate what we just mentioned, none of this is financial advice. Do your own research and due diligence. However, as I mentioned earlier, use all the information provided to comprehend our current situation and the reasons behind our tremendous undervaluation, and then, of course, come to your own conclusion. It's important to note this as well. The only way short sellers can keep the price down and prevent a gamma squeeze when games of turnaround are over is to keep adding more unreported naked shorts to the market. Purchasing them back from the market where they were sold is the only method to remove them from circulation. In the meanwhile, GameStop may consistently announce non-cash dividends, which are free for the business, but increase the expenses incurred by those short sellers in order to keep their short positions. Thus, for a very long time, institutions have been attempting to stop certain things from happening. In the past, we've seen how calls would readily enable AMC and GME to clearly have a gamma squeeze, and we've seen how little effort has been made to stop it. In general, we've seen how short they are in their attempts to avoid the pinch. However, by doing this, they are clearly raising the price of the squeeze when it occurs because the only way they can prevent it is to simply make it shorter by rehypothecating and producing more synthetics. And in the end, that will raise the cost of the floor. As we discussed, there are numerous reasons why I think AMC is incredibly cheap and has